You always want what you can't have, and when you have it, you can. But still, my heart, the moment I laid eyes on it. Well, how do you know how you will feel?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be testing out some new drugstore slash affordable makeup products. So if you would like to see how I got this makeup look right here and my thoughts on some new products, please keep watching. So the first product that I'm going to be trying out is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Photofocus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water. I've heard pretty good things about this primer, so I'm pretty excited to try it. I have tried the Wet n Wild setting spray though, and I did not like that. It smelled like cinnamon and it like burned my face. I don't know, it's super weird. So I'm gonna be trying this out today. This says prep, set, and refresh. So I guess you can use it to prep your skin, set your face, and then refresh throughout the day. Well, duh. It smells really good. I'm just going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. This is in the shade Medium Neutral, and I'm just going to be blending that in with my damp Sonia Kashuk sponge, one of my favorites. For concealer, I'm going to be trying out the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer, and this says that it lasts for 12 hours. It's waterproof and non-transfer. I have the shade 005. To me, this looks like this has like a little bit of a yellow undertone to it. I guess we'll see when I blend it out. But I typically like neutral undertone everything, or in a concealer I would prefer to have like kind of like a pinky undertone. I don't really like yellow undertone anything unless I have a tan, and then my favorite thing to use for that is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Vanilla, but we'll see. This says liquid, high coverage, and ultra long lasting concealer perfectly camouflages under eye circles, spots, and even tattoos. Apply in a small dab and let dry well. Apply extra layers if needed. Waterproof. So it's just a regular doe foot. I guess we'll just go ahead and do one eye at a time. Yeah, this looks yellow to me. I'm going to use my Morphe E45. It feels really lightweight. I don't really mind the shade, like blended out, it looks okay. I don't know if I would consider this full coverage though, by any means. I do not think this is full coverage. Not with just one layer, and I applied the same amount of concealer that I would always do no matter what concealer I was using. To me, I can still see like my under eye veins and stuff. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. It says that you could build it up, so I'm gonna add some more right about there. And I'm gonna try with the sponge this time. I mean, I don't even know if that's like really building up. I mean, I think it built up a little bit, but not a lot at all. And that's like pretty much 2 layers of concealer. Although I think I like the formula of it. It doesn't seem like it's like too drying, but it's drying enough to where I think I might be able to skip out on setting it. But this is not full coverage in my opinion, like at all. But I don't hate it. Like this kind of concealer might look good with like a full coverage foundation. But I think if you're looking for a full coverage concealer, you're not going to get that out of this. The next thing I'm going to be trying out is the Ulta Beauty HD setting powder. When I ordered this online, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. This is not a mini size. This is just like the normal size. And the first ingredient is talc, so that's always great. So we're going to be trying this out today. I planned on setting my under eyes and my entire face with this. Alright, so it has 4 stars. Provides sheer coverage with a satin finish. Benefits purple sweet potato is used to condition skin. Pearl powder visibly brightens complexion and adds radiance and luminosity to the skin. It says special coated silica scatter light to reduce imperfections while also enhancing the silky smooth texture of the formula. It says there's no oil, no fragrance, no minerals, no sulfates, and no parabens. A couple of the reviews say they use this to set their under eyes, so not necessarily their whole face, so maybe we'll just use it for under eyes then. So I'll just use it for my under eyes and use something different for my face. So I'm just going to pour some into the cap. Like just off the bat, it reminds me of RCMA No Color powder. I'll go through here, make sure I don't have any creases, which doesn't look like I have a lot at all. But that concealer is not full coverage. Maybe it would look good with like a salmon under eye corrector and then that. So that's one eye set with the powder. One of the reviews said that it was really brightening, and to me it just kind of dulled my under eye. So I feel like if RCMA No Color powder and Laura Mercier Secret brightening powder had a baby, it would be this. Like that's what that reminds me of. But I do like that it feels like really lightweight, like just a light dust. I just want to touch a little bit of it and see. Yeah, it feels, I've felt something like this before, I just can't remember. So it's not a bad powder. I don't think it was very brightening, like at all. But it feels really nice on my under eye. I don't think I'm not going to use this to set my face though. I think I'm just going to use it strictly for an under eye powder. But it doesn't feel like I really need to set my face anyways because I did use a matte foundation, so I might just skip out on that today. Hopefully I don't regret that. For brows today, I'm going to be trying out the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Blonde. I love pomades. I don't work well with pencils, so I really like pomade, so I'm going to be trying this out today. So I'm just using my Anastasia brow brush. I'm going to comb up my brow hairs. I haven't got my eyebrows waxed in like 4 or 5 months, so I need to do that. Just sticking the brush in there, it feels like a really dry formula. Okay, so I just kind of dug in through the top layer and it looks like it got a little bit creamier. It's not super pigmented, which is okay depending on what you're wanting, but this is like the exact shade of my eyebrows, so that's cool. Normally like brow products are either like too orangey or too dark, but this is like the exact shade of my eyebrow. Do I hate it? No. Do I love it? No. I'm kind of like 50-50. I think this is a really good like natural brow product for me anyways, because the shade is like identical to my like regular brow hairs. But I don't know. But I think I am gonna go in with this ColourPop brow pencil that I always use and just kind of like darken up the tail of my brows. I'm just gonna set my brows real quick with this Model in a Bottle Long Lasting Eyebrow Sealer. For bronzer, I'm going to be trying out this Morphe bronzer. This is from the Glamabronze collection, I think. And this is the Face and Body bronzer, and I have the shade Icon. I love the packaging of this. So that's the shade. This brush. This is from Equate, I think, from Walmart, and it's just a giant bronzer brush. I do like there's like a pretty decent sized mirror on this too. I'm gonna really warm up my skin today because I feel like that foundation was just a little too light. I do plan on wearing my bangs down. I honestly don't even know why I put bronzer on my forehead. Because you never see it anyways because I have bangs, but I feel like I just like have to do it. So this is kind of like a camel-ish color bronzer, even though it looks like it's pulling a little like orangey warm on that side. I'm gonna add some more. So I definitely feel like this shade Icon would be better for like fair to light skin tones. I feel like with like the tan that I have going on now, it's just like a little bit too light for me. But I'm going to take some translucent powder and just kind of like clean up underneath. So I'm just going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then I want to brighten up my under eye a little bit. So I'm going to go in with this KKW Beauty brightening powder in the shade 1. For blush and highlighter, I'm going to be trying out this Essence Peachy Bean powder palette. Supposedly Casey Holmes was like, I'm pretty sure the packaging, her face was on it, but then she said that she didn't have anything to do with it, so I don't really know exactly what happened to that, but honestly, I just bought this because her face was on it. So I don't know what ended up happening with all of that, but I think there was 2 different shades of this palette, and I have number 10 Peachy Keen. Oh, even the back it says, we teamed up with YouTube star Casey Holmes to create this peach hued powder palette. After applying blush, complete your look with shimmery highlights. So I don't know how they just like did that without her permission or whatever happened to that. Like, I don't know. But this is the inside, so you do get 2 blushes on the top and then 2 highlighters at the bottom. So I'm gonna go in with, I would always do peach, so let's go in with this shade right here. It's called Berry Beautiful. And then there's 2 highlighters down here. One looks like it's more of like a pink highlighter and the other one looks more champagne. Yeah, so we have kind of like a peachier highlight, which is called Time to Glow, and then Golden Girl is more of like a champagne. So I'm just gonna, let's just mix the 2 and see what happens. If not, I think the more peachy pink one, Time to Glow, would be a really pretty like blush topper. I'm gonna use my Smashbox fan brush and just dip into both. Ooh, it's pretty. So I'm just going to mix the 2 highlighters again and add that for my nose highlight. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this bake, and then I'm just going to blend the blush, bronzer, and highlighter together. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my face now before I start working on the eyes. I'm using MAC Fix Plus in this NYX Matte Finish setting spray. So for eyes, I'm going to be trying out this Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow Palette. This is in the shade Tropical Days. And I think the other one's like more cool toned. So I'm going to be trying this out today. The only Physician Formula eyeshadow that I've ever tried is from the Casey Holmes Physicians Formula palette. So these are the shades right here. So I'm just going to take my Morphe M504 and I'm going to go in with this cream shade up here first. I'm going to put that all over my lid. It's really powdery. There's like a lot of kickback on that shadow. And then next I'm going to go in with this kind of like pink shade right here and apply that into my crease, kind of like a transition shade. So I think I picked out the wrong palette to go with this shirt, so I'm assuming whatever eye look I decide to come with isn't going to match, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Just apply that into the crease. I mean, so far the shadows are like nicely pigmented. Now I'm going to go in with this kind of like reddish brown shade. I'm going to switch brushes. So I'm going to use this Sigma E25. Oh wow, that's really pigmented. Apply that directly into the crease and on my lid. I feel like this video is full of stuff that I'm like 50-50 on. Like, my favorite thing so far is the Essence Peachy Keen palette, but everything else I'm just kind of like, eh. So I'm going to go in with this dark brown shade. I'm going to place that on the outer V. I'm going to take a little bit more of that dark brown shade and just kind of work it into the crease. Now I'm just going to mix these three shades together. So I'm going to take the red shade right here, this kind of like camely brown, and then the dark brown. I'm going to put them together in my crease with the M504. Just a little bit of all three. Tap off the excess. Now to deepen up my crease and the outer V again, I'm just going in with the dark brown shade. I guess we'll just do like a halo eye. So I'm going to take the dark brown shade again and put that on the inner corner. I feel like I haven't done a halo eye in a really long time. So now I have to pick a lid shade. Let's see, I'm going to swatch all the ones that I think will be pretty. Alright, so we have these 3 shades right here. I think I'm going to go in with, let's go in with this shade right here. You can see it. This one right next to the red one. I'm going to put that kind of like more so on the inner and outer and the middle, and then directly in the middle I'm going to go in with that shade up there. Well, actually I'm going to use my finger. It's a really pretty shade and it's dry. I'm applying it dry with my finger and it's really pigmented. So now just in the center I'm going to take that other shade. Other shade I just picked up is like a foil. So the first one we laid down was more of like a shimmer metallic, and then the other one is like kind of like a chunky foil shade. So I'm just gonna get started on the lower lash line. I'm pretty much just gonna take the exact same shades that I put on my lid. So I'm gonna go in with the cream shade first and then in with the pink one. Next, I'm going in with the Camouflage shade. And then the orange shade. The orange like rusty shade. I'm gonna switch brushes. Oh, I'm sorry. So the brush I was using was a Morphe M431. It's a pencil brush. Now I'm using the Morphe E18. It's more of just like a domed brush, and then I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm going in with the dark brown shade and applying that. So I think I am going to apply some of that chunky shade right there, and I'm just going to use this pencil brush. I'm going to apply that to the center just to match the lid. Doesn't really want to go on with a brush. See if I can get my finger in there. So one thing that is missing from this palette is like a cream brow highlight or an inner corner highlight. So I think I'm done with this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this purple shade real quick because I didn't get to use that, or the teal shade. So that's what they look like. So they are just like a soft metallic shade. So I'm just going to get back into the Essence palette and mix the 2 highlighters again and use that for a brow highlight and an inner corner highlight. feel like I've been using this guy a lot lately, but I really like it. It's like my favorite brown liner. This is Matte Costa Riche. I'm just gonna tightline and put this in my waterline. So I'm just gonna jump off here real quick and apply some mascara and some false lashes, and then I will be back. And the last thing we have to try out is a lip product. So I just went ahead and applied some lashes and then some lip liner. I don't know what these lashes are called. They were in my lash book, but they're awful. Oh my gosh. You don't like them at all after this video? I'm totally peeling them off and throwing them away. They're just like not flattering. They kind of stick out like this. But anyways, so for the lip liner, I applied this Italia Deluxe Ultra Fine Lip Liner in the shade 1040 Brown. I got this at the Morphe store. It's alright. So for lips, I'm going to be trying out the Morphe liquid lipstick. I've tried out Morphe lipsticks, but I've never tried the liquid lipsticks. This is in the shade Peanut. I do like the packaging of this though. So it's kind of like, what do I feel like this looks old? Like a orangey warm brown. I don't think I've ever worn a shade of lip color this shade. This is like the perfect fall shade. It's like an orangey brown, and I think the lip liner looks really good with it too. I just need to like touch it up. But the liquid lipsticks has like a faint vanilla smell, and it seems like it's a really thin formula, so it doesn't feel like super thick. Oh no, I just realized my sponge has a crack in it. I feel like sponges don't last that long if you use them for loose powder. I think that's exactly what's happening here. So something totally weird is going on over here in the corner of my mouth. I think my foundation or concealer didn't get blended out all the way, so it's like patchy looking, so we're just gonna look past that for now. This did dry down fairly quickly. I can't get over how perfect this lip color is for fall. So let's go ahead and go over everything that I tried out. So the first thing I tried was the Wet n Wild Photofocus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Spray. I love the smell of this. I don't think I would use it by itself. I think I would still use this with like a cream primer. That's just how I normally do my foundation, like routine, like my base routine. So I do like this so far. Then I tried out the Ulta Beauty HD setting powder. I think this is a nice setting powder for underneath the eyes. Like it's nice and like smooth and like kind of buttery feeling or whatever, and it doesn't feel heavy underneath the eyes. It just dulled my concealer, so I feel like I had to go back in with a brightening powder just to bring some life back, but I do like how this set my under eyes. Then we have the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. If you want natural looking brows, this is definitely the way to go. I do like that it's the exact same shade as my eyebrows, but I feel like you can't really see them. Like, I think I need a darker shade, or this would be something that I could use on those no makeup days. But I do prefer my brow pomades just to be a smidge darker because, like I said, I feel like it doesn't even look like I have any eyebrows right now. Then we have the Morphe bronzer in the shade Icon. I think this is a really pretty bronzer. Again, I think it would look better on fair-ish to light skin tones. Like right now, I think my skin tone is just a little too dark for that, so I think I need to get a darker shade of this. This is probably my favorite thing from the video. This is the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Peanut. This is such a unique shade to me. Like, I love it. It's like an orangey brown. Like, I love it. Then we have the Essence Peachy Bean palette. So it says Peachy Bean. This is in the shade Peachy Keen. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, this was a really nice palette too. I really like it. I think the blushes, this blush I used right here is really pretty. I think the peach one will be really pretty too, and the highlighters are nice as well. Next, we have the Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow Palette in the shade Tropical Days. I like my eyeshadow look that I came up with, but I just don't see myself grabbing this eyeshadow palette like on a daily, like by any means. I do, like I said, I do like how my look turned out. It's just like, there's nothing about it that like blew me away. Then we have the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. If you skip out on anything on this video, I would suggest like passing on this concealer. It's definitely not high coverage. I put on 2 layers. I wasn't trying to put on like 4 or 5 layers and then have like a caked under eye. But like I said, I think if you used it with a full coverage foundation, you would like this. It did dry down nice. Like the formula was great, but the coverage just wasn't there. So as always, let me know if you guys have tried out any of these products in the comments below and what you think. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this testing out new makeup tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.